but it's always been like a rash, big bad rash of bad in a certain position.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I got to agree. Man, I'm gonna tell you though. Other than that, though, JB, what else did we learn on this week 3 Sunday? What else did you pick up?
Well, it's a lot of counterfeit out there. That's a lot of food. It's a lot of fool's gold. Obviously, I just want to talk about. Are we ready to give Wentz and the Eagles some credit, or are we gonna say Pittsburgh ain't who we thought?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I ain't ready to say Pittsburgh on the. I know you ready to pull the trigger on that one. I know you are, but pump the brakes for a second. Okay, just hold on. Listen, they had an off day. You know what I'm saying? They had an off day. I mean, look, Antonio Brown was dropping passes last week. I'm just saying he was. But I ain't ready to say that Pittsburgh still ain't that squad. It's just that, you know what? And I'll be the first one to say it because I said it all during the offseason. I didn't know who the Eagles were. And I think Doug Peterson, he's showing me who they are. They got a pretty decent – this quarterback got a nice little streak going on right now. Well, he can still got I forgot, what did he finish with? 90-something passes with no interceptions still? Somewhere around in there? Defense. Look, the Philadelphia defense came out of nowhere. I wasn't even thinking about them. I didn't think about Philadelphia and defense in the same sentence since like, I don't know when, since Jerome Brown and, the Minister of Defense way back in the day. But I think it's a combination of the Pittsburgh Steelers are definitely not who they used to be, JB, and you know them better than anybody. I mean, you ain't got no Troy Polamalu's, you ain't got no Ryan Clarks and all them. Yeah, you ain't got them dudes like that.
You still got Antonio Brown, arguably one of the best. You still got Ben Roethlisberger, who've been in these type of games over and over. To get 3 points, to turn it over that many times.
I'm just saying, So look,
to not be able to block nobody, you got.
I'm gonna say in this situation is more of them. Maybe they took the Eagles the same way I did, Glass. Maybe they didn't think the Eagles are who they are. Maybe that's what it was. I can't imagine Ben Roethlisberger and them taking that type of a dip back. I don't know.
Well, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers just didn't think of the Philadelphia Eagles like I didn't think of the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm like, man, Pittsburgh Steelers, I got them going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. So I figured this was just going to be a pushover. This is going to be the test for Carson Wentz. See if he really that type of quarterback. Number one, he's that type of quarterback. What do you do? Like, what was it? 301 yards passing, 2 TD passes.
Yeah. No interceptions.
Hey, it's for real. I still think Pittsburgh is that team. They just got caught off guard with Philadelphia, and Philadelphia defense is the truth. Yeah, 3 points. I saw Pittsburgh score.
Yeah, right. That's rough.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they had a tough AFC North game against the Bengals previously.
Yeah,
we're talking about a whole calendar. A whole week.
Look, I think you just like to throw shade at him. I think that's that part of what.
I mean, look around. Okay, the Steelers got beat the way they did. The Browns can't win a game no matter what.
Right.
Okay? And then you got the Bengals losing 2 in a row, and here go my Ravens 3-0. No matter.
Look. I knew that. Listen. Oh my God, Glass. Look, you see the contrast. Do you see the contrast of where we ended the season at last year and where we at right now with JB? We're gonna have to weather the storm. We're gonna have to.
If you're 0-3, forget about it. Trust me.
True that.
Wow, that was great. Glass, what did you take away? What you learn on week 3 Sunday? What you
Man, Arizona Cardinals.
Here we go.
Counterfeit, man. They straight counterfeit. I got them making it AFC, probably the AFC championship.
Nope.
Going up against Pittsburgh Steelers. The way they're looking now, I can't see that because Carson Palmer, even though we just got through talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick called the March of Dimes, Carson Palmer's giving donations too. Yeah, 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles. That cost him the team big time against the Buffalo. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Arizona just resurrected Rex Ryan's coaching status.
He did. You know what I said though on Twitter? I was like, is Arizona really playing that bad, or is the Buffalo Bills playing for Rex's job? Because I mean, this Buffalo Bills came out. They inspired to me, JB. They looked like a different squad than we had saw the previous weeks. They just looked like they were really like it was important to them that they couldn't go out there and look bad like they had, a couple weeks prior. So, to me, I think they played a little bit inspired football, JB. Now, listen, the Cardinals are bad. We saw what happened to them in week 1. They got a little bit of measure of revenge against Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 2. But, man, I think what we see in Arizona is the real deal. At the same time, though, I think Buffalo is actually rallying around their coach. What you think?
I think they got caught playing down. I mean, it's a team that was winless. They probably just like, well, we'll take this, and this with us cross country or wherever they was playing. I don't think it mattered.
Right.
And they didn't. I don't, because at some point of that game, it just looked like they didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
And that's kind of proof that they did everything that you didn't prepare for. They did something completely different from what you looked at 2 weeks ago. And they got caught.
They did. Honestly, I had said on Twitter, I'm dropping my stock in Arizona. I'm taking them off my board. Okay, I'm removing teams. Okay, I'm slowly removing teams. I already done took Jacksonville off the board. They gone. You know what I'm saying? Now I may have to really look at Arizona. I don't know, man. JB, you always said that Carson was iffy. If he was 50-50, like you may get the good Carson. He's good for 2 a game. All this kind of stuff you always said about him. And I didn't want to believe it because he played so well last season. Coming to this season right here, man, it just ain't looking the same. So let me see what look. This is what I took away from. This is one of the things I took away from the thing. Listen, I'm gonna say this. Odell Beckham. I'm gonna say this about Odell Beckham. I think Odell Beckham has the most unique and amazing skill set that I've ever seen in a wide receiver. Mentally, though, this dude, he is not strong upstairs, man. Like, look, it's clear to everybody who watch football, to everybody who may be a football fan. I think last year's contest against the Carolina Panthers and Josh Norman, I think that Odell Beckham kind of showed that, look, I'm better than this man. And then even in last night's game, I thought that Odell Beckham showed that he physically was better than Josh Norman. But at the same time, I don't think he can get over the mental hurdles, man. I feel like he's just so weak mentally that when he go up against a premier cornerback like that, and let him get in his head like Josh Norman like to do, he gonna lose every single time. Yeah, he won. I think he won the battle. But I think as we go forward, it's gonna become a thing where Odell Beckham just mentally ain't gonna be able to beat Josh Norman. I just can't see that happening. What about you, Glass?
You know what? I just think he just, like you said, he need to mature in the head big time. I think he got his fame too quick, too fast. When he got into the league, he got his fame off of one catch. It was a hell of a catch. After that catch, you know what I'm saying? After that catch, he just thought he was the ish. He got a great skill set, but like you said, once you get up in his head, you in there. He don't know how to block all that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? You see him throwing the tantrum on the sideline, not trying to knock down the
kicker's net
and the net tapped him back. You know what I'm saying? Right. But he can do better than that. Just give him some time. Give him a couple more years. He'll ease up and
he's gonna have to do something because listen. Odell Beckham, JB, he used to be a threat. People would see him on their schedule. They would game plan against him and all this, that, and the third. But after 2 years and 2 games, we done seen it last year and we saw it now, and we still got one more to go, right? What do you think this is saying to the other cornerbacks in the league, right? When they think about, I got to play the New York Giants, and they got Odell Beckham, this is all I really got to do is just punk him mentally, and I got him. You know what I mean? And because, honestly, I feel like Odell Beckham can take any cornerback in the league if he had his mind right. But, I don't know. What you think?
He had some shenanigans last week. I forgot who they played, but he was out there showing out because it was kind of locked up last week. But first of all, I want to say this about the guy. I think he's a fierce competitor. I think he just want to win. But there's things you got to do in the parameters of winning. Yeah. You don't show raw emotion like that of weakness in moments when you in competition. That's rule number 1. You learn that as a kid. You have to play with controlled emotions. He has yet to figure that out. Yeah, and that's probably not his number 1 problem because when they winning, he still compete to the end of the whistle. To the end of the clock, the scoreboard, but. It's just when they losing, when he can't keep his head in the game to possibly make a comeback. He check out whenever it look bad. He does. Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for the young guy though. And honestly, you got a vet on your team now who's playing with you in the Victor Cruz. You would think it would be some conversations. Like I saw Eli, and this is how I know it was bad because normally you don't see Eli taking the whole visible leadership approach. But if you got Eli pulling you to the side and talking to you, man, like something really, really must be going on. Because I ain't never seen Eli do that before. Have you?
Nah, not at all. But you know what? He better watch his step because shouts out to what's that rookie wide receiver, Sterling Shepard.
Yeah.
He's the truth, man.
He is. He is.
So they got a nice little wide receiver core.
They do.
Beckham just gotta get his stuff. Together, man.
Speaking of wide receivers and speaking, of DBs, JB. Now I know you like this type of stuff. The old man. Well, first of all, what's my man's name? Jalen Jacksonville. What's his name? What's the dude's name?
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey. Oh my goodness. He thought it was a good idea to call out Steve Smith. Now, honestly, I got to give props to Smitty for not really letting it get out of control because, he's the older cat. He know how this thing go. But Smitty kind of slick with his words on Twitter and on Instagram and stuff like that. So he kind of crushed him that way. But let's get to the root of the problem. Now, for a young guy like him, JB, to kind of call out somebody like Smitty, this is the part, of the game I don't understand. Like these young guys coming in there thinking they can just call out, look, Steve Smith is a legend. Whether this dude know it or not, I think he was out of bounds, and I think Smitty should have crushed him a little bit more than what he did. But when you saw it transpire, JB, what did you think about that?
Just guys trying to market themselves. If he happened to have a day, they would have said Ramsey is the guy. If he got beat on, it would have been like, I like his confidence.
Yeah.
So it's either way, it's a good thing for him. But they lost.
Yeah. So that's what really matters, right?
Actually, they haven't won anything. So
right. They haven't won a single game. I mean, and that was one of the things people were saying. Like this dude, you look, it ain't just you. Maybe you out there balling. Maybe, I don't know. I ain't really been watching the Jags all that closely, but maybe you out there balling. But your team sucks, man. Y'all ain't won nothing yet. And here you go wanting to call out somebody like a Steve Smith. You must be out your mind. You must be crazy.
He actually been calling out people week to week.
He called out Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I know. What you think about this young buck, man? Is he really just trying to, do it the old way? Like you like to do, when you go to jail, you go and you go after the biggest dog in the yard or whatever to get. Is this what it is? Is this what's going on?
Yeah, he just trying to pump up his brand, man. Doing the Josh Norman, If you say like JB said, if you do good thing. If you don't do good, well, it was against Steve Smith, a legend. So I'm not. It's a win-win situation with me. That's how he's thinking.
I thought it was hilarious.
But what's up with the run game for Jacksonville? Just like you said, I'm just throwing Jacksonville in the dumpster because they ain't who I thought they was with the run game. TJ Yeldon. Yeah. He only got 17 yards.
That's it. That's it. That's all he got, man. I gotta tell you, going into the season, I think I got blinded by the fool's goal, man, because I saw kind of where they were going, and it looked like they were kind of building some stuff going into the end of the season last year. And I was like, all I saw was like a big to be continued. That's all I saw, right? I was like, okay, this is great.
It's kind of like the Oakland Raiders type formula. I mean, they'll be good eventually. Yeah. They just got to put it all together.
Yeah, absolutely. And and then that brings me to I was just thinking about it while we was talking.
I got one more thing.
Oh, go ahead. Let's hear it.
I'm gonna put your Carolina Panthers on the sense of counterfeiting real.
Hey, listen.
I have to because y'all got y'all's ass beat on all sides of the ball yesterday.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't block. You couldn't play defense. You couldn't run the ball. Nobody could catch it. Nobody could stand a hit. You looked soft yesterday at home.
They did. You know what? And I'm gonna say this. Glass. Listen, I'm actually a little bit worried about where Carolina is right now. When I see them play for these last 3 games, I've seen Greg Olsen and Luke Kuechly are the main 2 that's playing with heart. Like, I ain't saying that Cam ain't playing with heart. He's definitely a different cat than he was last year. I do believe mentally, especially if you show up to the podium with a top hat on, something's going on. Something is wrong somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I think the stuff that happened with the Super Bowl, coupled now with all this other stuff that's going on. We're talking about mental stability with Odell Beckham. I feel like, everybody's like, okay, Cam is, the maturity, this, he, that. I don't know, man. And honestly, believe it or not, and I know Panther fans are probably going to roast me for saying this, but right now, I feel like Cam Newton might be the weakest link on the team right now. He might be. I'm saying, like, I just feel like without him, he's the spark, he's the catalyst of the team, and he ain't really getting it done for me, from my observations, from what I see. And I still see that, of course, we know the Carolina secondary is a target. Okay, we know this. But you can't give up special team plays like that. You can't do that, man. I'm just saying, and Denver showed everybody how to expose Rimmers and Norwell and all them dudes up front. I don't know. I'm worried for my Carolina Panthers Glass. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay. In the long run, I can see you being worried, but like we said off air, y'all in the NFC South. You ain't really got too much to worry about, number one. Number two, I think people not really, and I said that Minnesota was going to win the NFC North. Then, Bridgewater went down. And they had
Andrew Peterson. Yeah.
Like anybody said, if you got a stout, solid defense, go first. As long as your quarterback doesn't turn the ball all over, you got a chance. I think that's what's going on in Minnesota. They got all points of the game is legit. Yeah. Sam Bradford, he don't have to do anything, but make sure you don't have too many turnovers. Yeah. They'll win the game. And I was shocked that Minnesota's for real. They went into Bank of America, which is really hard to win a game.
It really is.
They won the game, man.
They're the first ones that did it in almost 2 years. So
exactly. So Minnesota, people got to understand Minnesota for real. Y'all got to keep them on your radar.
Absolutely. And I mean,
I'll say this though. Yeah. Sorry, Q. Go ahead, man.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, when I think about Minnesota and watching them and what they, now granted, Carolina played bad and that didn't help our situation, but I've been looking at Minnesota and especially with the two main stars of the team. Everybody thought Minnesota was going to be crippled, but it's just like what we saw with Denver last year. Peyton Manning wasn't playing his best football. They sat him down for a little while. They brought in rookie or whatever, brought in Osweiler for a little bit, and they were still able to do what they were able to do because their defense was that good. When you can get safeties and interception, pick sixes, and kick returns and all this kind of stuff, man, like your quarterback really ain't a lot of pressure on him. And and this would have been great if it was Teddy Bridgewater, but they got a dude back there that can actually sling that rock. So that just make them even more dangerous, in my opinion. So I think you're right, Jimmy. They got their ass whooped, man. And you know what? And that's the team that you got to look out for. Luckily, we won't have to see them again until like maybe the playoffs if we can make it that far.
I'll tell you this too. It wasn't so much about what the actual players on the field was doing. Yeah. Okay. I will make this point though. They without their best. Okay. They without their best. Their run game was still effective. Their passing game was still effective. Even though a lot of things happened with Bridgewater, the threat of Bridgewater and the play action off of Adrian Peterson, that was not available. Right. This is what the Carolina Panthers didn't account for. And maybe Coach Rivera did, but Mike Zimmer is a scheme. He's like the best in scheming. Mm-hmm. And his strengths for what he's known for, they dominated y'all, man, defensively. I mean, to the point where they got a safety, to the point where there was multiple 3-and-outs. You wasn't even in field goal range. And it's just one game, but if you ever meet another head coach or a coordinator that can scheme like Zimmer, you're probably going to take a L.
Yeah, you know what? I can't. Look, the Carolina Panthers in trouble. I know going into the season, most of the power rankings had Carolina either 1 or 2 and Denver either 1 or 2, depending on what power rankings polls you were looking at. Now, I can't even really comfortably put Carolina in the top 10. I really can't. Not when you got 5 undefeated teams still left, right? When you still got 5 undefeated teams still left, you can't say Carolina is that team. You know what I mean? They probably still the team to beat in the NFC South, but man, please, like they got some work to do.
Kill when they come into your own house with an impressive win streak at home. Yeah, the team to beat so many averages the Panthers got, scoring wise, first down wise, third down conversion wise. Just so many things going for you. That's a constant, especially on defense. Or even just the lack of giving us plays on special teams. Yeah. None of that was available for Carolina this Sunday.
It wasn't. And again, like I said, I don't want to take the easy road and say, oh well, it was just the events that was happening in Charlotte, and the fact that you got the Army National Guard surrounding the stadium and all this kind of crazy stuff, and Cam walking out with Martin Luther King quotes on the I ain't taking that route, because I'm just saying it because at the end of the day, once you inside that stadium, once you in there, everything else, we taking a break from that right now. We're gonna play this game, and the Carolina Panthers just didn't look like they were the same team.
If I'm not mistaken, a win would have kind of helped them.
Yes, you know what? Honestly, the city needed that more than anything, and watching them lose like that. Cam throwing 3 interceptions, special teams giving up a touchdown. Panthers fans say I still believe we can beat the Vikings, hopefully in the playoffs. You know what? I think the Vikings that we see this year, the approach gonna have to be a lot different than what it was in previous meetings that we had with them. The Vikings gonna be a team to contend with. They really are. What was the last thing you had, Glass? You had one more thing we wanted to take care of.
Oh yeah, we gotta give some shine to my boy Trevor Siemian.
Oh yeah.
My man was straight balling. Absolutely. Now don't get me wrong, I picked Cincinnati win. I know we not gonna go undefeated. This one of the teams we going to Cincy, but very pleasantly surprised and impressed with Trevor. What was it? 35 tosses for 312 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I think he got the highest quarterback rating with 132. So that's out to my boy in the Denver D doing their job. And since
hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this goes back to what JB was saying earlier about well, number one, about what was I just had it? Oh, about Brock Osweiler, the whole Brock Osweiler situation, right? And and again, they traded up to get Paxton Lynch, and this dude is not even in the conversation. Not even in the conversation.
I was watching the game yesterday. Emmanuel Sanders said during the interview, like, man, I knew what Trevor Siemian was when he was tossing the ball last year with Peyton Manning in the lineup. Be like, man, this dude here could throw a tight spiral. You need to look at him. And as you can see, Emmanuel Sanders benefited from last night. He was dropping that ball right there in his hands.
He was, man. He was.
I gotta give him credit.
What were you going, JB?
Hey, shout out to all the new guys under center, man. I mean, right now, Dak was sharp as ever last night.
He was.
That's all the new guys, except for a few exceptions, and the ones that's begging to get paid probably never will now.
Yeah,
you can't throw.
Hey, JB, listen. You know that thing that you were so concerned about, all these retreads and stuff like that. With this new batch of QBs that came in, and a lot of these dudes ain't even know high draft picks, right? I can't even think of is any one of them that's playing right now a high draft pick. I don't think so. No. Dak was a fourth rounder.
Carson Wentz is the only one.
Carson Wentz is the only one. Okay, yeah. So yeah, he's playing pretty well. But yeah, but that's you ain't gonna see no Ponders and RG3s and all this stuff. Like I'm telling you, that stuff is over. Finally, you ain't got to worry about that no more, right? Now but now it's all about what you're gonna do with these young dudes, though, right? Because all of them apparently are waiting in the wings, right? So they're still saying, "Oh, this is Tony Romo's team." They're still saying, Jared Goff is supposed to be the man. They still saying that some of these other people are supposed to, they wait and they just kind of waiting their time, And you spent all those draft picks on, jumping up to get Paxton Lynch. You're going to have to play him sooner or later. You can't just let him rot on the bench. You know what I mean? So eventually, either these young dudes who playing well right now, they either gonna get ran out of their spot and they're gonna have to go and get deals somewhere else, or the organization's gonna make a decision on what they're gonna do with the money that they invested in they veteran quarterbacks, aka Tony Romo, or jumping up to get a draft pick like a Paxton Lynch. So what you think about that, JB? So what's gonna happen?
Well, I think every team should get younger. I think you should put the best available on the field, number one, no matter what. If you like them or whatever the contract situation is, you put your best available on the field. If you're trying to win, if you want to be buddy, and that's your guy, just because you like them off the field, then you deserve to lose. Mm-hmm. But I think you put your best available out there, no matter what his feelings may be. if you're trying to win, and I'll say this too. I thought it was Rex Ryan making all the bad decisions in New York, but obviously it ain't. If you brought Fitzpatrick back, you met him halfway to make him at least a little bit happy. That's still a mistake. Obviously, you should have went in the draft and got a guy.
Well, I think so, but I think with the time frame, and you look at your options. You Todd Bowles, you look at your options, right? And you can go 0-5 or 1-4 with a Geno Smith, or you can go. Where the Jets at right now? The Jets they 1-2 right now, right?
Yeah.
So listen. Fitzy had a bad day. I still think, if they look, I think they first of all, they had to spend all that money to re-up all those contracts. And so look, they were strapped a little bit. They were kind of pinned down a little bit, so they had to make the most of it. I thought the team actually looked good coming out, but I don't know what ended up happening. Like what's funny, when we looking at the teams in the offseason, looking at them on paper, they look completely different than what they do when they actually line up. Let's talk about this last one. Let's talk about LA for a minute, right? Okay, so they come out, get smoked by the San Francisco 49ers, right? Couldn't even score a single solitary touchdown. Come out the next week, and they beat the Seattle Seahawks, but they still couldn't score a touchdown in that game, right? In the home opener. Now they put up almost 40 points in the losing effort. Who was that? KC? Who was they playing against?
No, they won.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa. So you put up 37 points against Tampa Bay. So what's going on in LA, JB? Can you explain what's happening here? Because listen, Fisher either he here or he there. He either suck really, really bad, or he doing all this heroic stuff and getting his team all rallied. And I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, man. It's hard for me to pick with them because I don't know what's happening.
Well, you gotta give the other team credit. Okay, it's a difference with trying to. You want to do what you want to do, but the other team ain't letting you do what you want to do.
Right.
And Fisher ain't one of them coaches. that he ain't gonna believe you can take his strength away until it's all zeros on the clock and he get blown out 28-0.
Right. Yeah.
He can't believe no matter who he playing, he can run the football. Tampa Bay was susceptible to it.
Yeah.
Obviously the Seahawks was. The 49ers was not.
Right. You know, which is crazy to me. It's just so odd. I'm thinking to myself, Glass, that you know, after that horrific loss to Arizona, I was like, oh, Mr. 5-touchdown day, Jameis Winston get ready to come out here and show out. What?
Yeah, he had a good game. He just they stayed behind.
Yeah,
right. Because,
you know,
I mean, he had 3 touchdowns, 405 yards, 1 interception. So Jameis did his job. This is really team, you know?
Right? Yeah, but you lose to the Rams. Now, you know, I'm just saying stuff like that throw me off every Sunday. I'm like, what is this?
That's the reason why Fisher got his job.
Oh yeah.
Well, look,
He might have a 6-game losing streak, but he will win them games that he need to win to keep his job.
Absolutely.
That was a Todd Gurley sighting in the last 2 games.
It was.
First one, they did not give that. The 49ers was not having it. And guess what? Fisher didn't do nothing different. They kept trying to run it and they kept stopping them. But Seahawks couldn't stop them.
Yeah.
They gave him a damn near career day yesterday.
Craziness, man. Just complete craziness. I thought it was good. Panthers fans say Dak was set out 2 to 8 plays before Romo gets hurt again. And you know, and that's the way I'm thinking too. Like, if you Dak Prescott, you ain't really worried about it. I think his situation is unique, right? You know, you giving him 2 to 8 plays. I'm giving him like a half a series. I mean, what was it last time? He came in for 2 plays and he was done. I was just saying. So I think they're gonna go ahead and do it with Tony Romo just to hold up the end of the bargain, just to say, listen, man, you know, we told you, you know, we wouldn't you you wouldn't lose your job for because of injury. We'll let you come back. He gonna get broke up again, and that could be back in. So he ain't gonna miss a beat. I think that gonna be okay.
For real.
Yeah.
Forget Jerry Jones. If it was your team, if Dak Prescott playing like he playing, what are they now? They're what?
The 2-1.
2-1.
Mm-hmm.
It
ain't a question for me.
Yet.
It ain't even a question for me, Glass. Like, after seeing him, you know, in a losing effort, you know, and then seeing how he's been playing lately, because, you know, it took him a game and a half to get his first pass and touchdown and all this kind. Listen, this little young dude brings so much more than what Tony Romo can offer. All Tony Romo got at this particular juncture is experience. That's all he got. He ain't got nothing else. And for me, I mean, number one, I'm getting this dude for a lot cheaper. And listen, maybe you can shop Tony Romo around. I don't know what team might take him, but maybe you can get something for him, and you know, you save a little bit of money by going with the rookie. You know, I don't know, JB, what you think?
I think it's gonna be what it's supposed to have been originally. I don't think the guy was no top 10 quarterback or worth the money or to start. I think he's a Matt Castle type of Matt Flynn type of guy at best, because you don't need him for 16 games. Right. He can't last for 16 games. He's not going to give you anything on the grandest of stages. He has not consistently. Right. Yeah. There's a few other ones going to get exposed like that. I'll throw Andy Dalton in there. He can't. They don't have that in him to do that. Yeah. It takes a certain amount of it about you to get that done.
You know, but it's so weird in Dallas how, and I don't know, maybe it's just spin, Glass. Maybe it's just spin. Because to me, I think it's ludicrous at this point to even be talking about Tony Romo coming back to this team when they're doing as well as. But it's this typical Dallas Cowboys way. Let's say, you know, with a 2-1 right now, let's say they, you know, maybe let's say they don't lose another game for another 3 weeks or whatever. And Tony Romo feel like he's ready to come back. You know, and they stick him in there and they lose 3 and they automatically out of the playoff. You know what I mean? Like, why would you even take that chance? Why would you? Because
that's the Dallas Cowboy way. If it was any other team, you would stick with what you got working for you right now. Why change something that's working for you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what you just got to saying, just because you injured, you ain't gonna lose your job. That was done for back when New England,
right? The Drew Bledsoe and Tom Brady. Yeah. You know, Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick.
Let me ask you this question, man. Preseason included. Let me ask you this question. How do you get hurt? Number one, how do you get hurt in the same fashion? It's the same issue, whether it's right or left. It's always the clavicle, it's always lower back. The same issues, right? That's alarming. That's enough to make anybody with some sense to take a look at it. It ain't never your knee, it ain't never your hand, it ain't never concussion. Okay. Number two, I don't think we've seen Dak Prescott take a hard hit or a sack since he's been playing.
Exactly.
Okay?
You're right.
And number three, lastly, this is probably what, you know, maybe it's room for argument there, but the best offensive line in football.
Yes, that's why I was getting ready to go with it. That's why I was.
So you tell me,
Yeah.
You tell me, what is it a question to put the guy back in the lineup? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I feel like you are absolutely right on every front. You got the best offensive line. Listen, we saw Cam Newton get hit 12. Well, actually, in that first game against Denver, he got hit, a crazy amount of times. This last game, they sacked him like 8 or 10 times or whatever. Look, you got the luxury of sitting behind the best offense, and you getting hurt as soon as somebody touch you. It's worse than Jay Cutler, right? It's
the same way. It's the same ways. It's the clavicle, lower back surgery, back rehab, this and that. Man, please, man, get out of here.
I tell you, anybody out there, Dallas fan or not, if you guys still think that Tony Romo is, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
Y'all get what y'all deserve. Y'all think that.
You're right. You're crazy, man. That makes absolutely no sense, man. Go ahead, Glenn.
Let me just throw this out since we're talking about Dallas.
Yeah.
The team that they played against, my hometown Chicago Bears, if they're not the 32nd ranked team, they got to be the 31st.
Yeah.
Them fools are crap, man. And I hate to say that. I was so mad watching that game Sunday night, man. You made a rookie in Ezekiel Elliott like a Pro Bowl caliber running back. No disrespect to Ezekiel. He's a good running back, but 140 yards, man, in one game.
It's crazy, man. That is crazy. Man. That's crazy. But you know what, though? Leadership, it reflects on the rest of the team. If they feel like their quarterback done gave up on them, they gave it up too. They like, whatever.
And I told y'all about Fox.
I know.
He does not adjust. You need to go back to the defensive coordinator.
I just hope for the sake of Alshon and Kevin White that they can just last to this John Fox and color thing. Yeah, because them guys actually can play.
They can. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As long as Jerry Jones can make money off jerseys, off the pass, he don't care about wins. And make money off the. You're right. That's how they love their legacy. And look, you know what? I can't get mad at him for that. If you done built up a legacy like that, I mean, it's funny that the Cowboys and Jerry Jones always bring up their legacy, but a team like Pittsburgh, who should be talking that kind of crap, you don't hear them acting like that about it though. They got 6 Super Bowl champions, right? So six Super Bowl championships, and they don't be doing the kind of stuff that Dallas be doing. It's crazy to me. Anyway, there was a wild Sunday. The game. I sat there and I was like, man, I was sleepy too because I was like, I was going to make it through this Panther game, and then I'm gonna try to watch the rest of them and take me a nap, but I couldn't because there was too much crazy stuff going on. I had to watch all the games and whatnot and that kind of thing. But we gonna take us a little pause for the calls, right? I think that's what we're gonna do if I can find the promo. But yeah, we're gonna take a pause for the calls, and then when we come back, I lost the promo. I don't have it. Oh yeah, I do. No, I don't. I don't got the promo. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go straight into what happened to my promo, JB? It's gone. I don't know what happened to it.
Let me tell you this real quick. I just got the breaking news over my iPad saying that.
I see it too.
Lyle Collins.
Nah, this is Greg Hardy. Got caught with some drugs.
Yeah,
snap! What happened with that?
He done.
What happened, JB?
I see that about an hour ago. Greg Hardy got caught with substance. But what came across since we talking about the Cowboys, Lyle Collins believed to have a torn ligament in his foot, and the Cowboys' offensive lineman is expected to miss at least 6 weeks.
Wow. Yeah. What went? What kind of substance they got caught with?
They won't say.
Oh, they won't say. Okay.
Come on, man. Take a wild guess.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you can call the jail. He in the jail right now.
Right.
That's hilarious, man.
But for what you saying, Glass, that's the time to go get Romo and put him in there.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find a promo. I got it in here somewhere. But yeah, you know what? Greg, he ain't got no job right now, no way, right?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He is done in the NFL right now.
That's pretty much over.
Nobody gonna take a chance with him, man.
No, I don't think so.
They thinking you can't do right off the field when you don't even have a team.
I just saw Pat Coltrane's tweet. He said, "Was it really a lot of cocaine or just a little bit?" Because y'all need a pass rusher.
What? Oh my God, that is hilarious. That's crazy. That is okay. I think I found it. I found the promo, but it looked like it's that's it. Okay, I found it. I was like, man, what happened? Okay, I don't know what happened to it. All right, we'll be right back. It's that's Greg Hardy. I don't know, but we'll be right back. Do you love TeamBoydTV? We know you do. Here's how you can show your support. Check out our Patreon where you can donate for different participation levels in the show, including the critically acclaimed winners, losers, and locks. Join our Facebook family to be a part of our Facebook exclusive shows like the Black and Blue Podcast. And lastly, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can use the fan fund in there as well. All donations are humbly accepted and used for further progress of our programming. So I ask you again, do you love TeamBoydTV?
What up, sports fan? JB here from TeamBoydTV Live. Please join us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get the latest news and current events of the NFL. Hosted by Big Q, myself, and my main man Glass. TeamBoydTV Live, the dopest live NFL show on these YouTubes. Choking out.
See, I wanted to make sure I got that promo in because JB was like, yeah, but people don't know. JB be getting on my back when he gotta be shown on his promo. But it's good though. It's good.
It's just that the people that was involved, they like it.
I think it was dope. I thought it was pretty good. You had your whole.
It's just me on there, but the people involved behind the camera.
Yeah. Look, I completely understand. No, you was super swagged out with it. It was cool. I thought it was nice. The only thing I find funny about every time I see it is that when you're talking, you make sure your face was on the screen while you was talking. I thought that part was.
That's just kind of how it happened. Hey man, maybe it was supposed to.
Maybe it was. Anyway, let's get into this game tonight. Now I know for y'all two, it's an NFC South matchup. It's gonna be a whole lot of points being scored. Not a whole lot of defense being played. But this is kind of important for me because I need to. Look, if we can still do good in our division, man. I know we probably gonna struggle outside of the division, especially we still got the Rams coming in here. We still got to deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. Still, it's a lot of things we gotta. We're dealing with the AFC West and the NFC West, so we gotta handle business in the division. So I want to see these dudes smack each other around a little bit. JB, you got the. Is Atlanta going to New Orleans? Is this what it is?
Yes, they are going to New Orleans.
Okay, so now the descriptions say that Atlanta's supposed to have some kind of, powerhouse offense. That's the description they got. I don't believe that. I think New Orleans offense is definitely a lot better. But we got Atlanta, going in here to try to go ahead and make to keep New Orleans winless, which I think I would find completely hilarious. But here we go. What you got?
I personally just don't think that due to the fact that either team don't play defense. Yeah, I mean, but it's gonna be a lot of points tonight. Maybe not. Maybe the coach for Atlanta might change the way they've been doing things. But it's just kind of hard to. I mean, I know that mystique that the Saints had playing in the dome, the long left them, but I still think it's hard to win there.
I would agree with you, but man, I just seen so many people coming in and just do them dirty in their own state. It used to be like that. Like we go in that dome, man, and then that's perfect conditions for Drew Brees to do what he do. But man, it just ain't been working out like that lately. It just really
not lately. But this game, they back against the wall. I think who the only one that's winless? Both teams or just
just New Orleans. I think Atlanta got their first game. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what? I mean, you can't go all 0-3 or it's over, and you don't want to do that in front of your home crowd.
Not in front of your home crowd.
I'm just saying. I picked the Saints to get this one night. If that's what you asked me.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think that's a good pick. I think New Orleans is kind of, I ain't gonna say they're going in desperation mode, but they do understand the urgency of what's going on right now, right? You can't go 0-3. You can't do it.
You definitely don't want to make your third loss a divisional opponent.
Yeah.
You can't have that because that puts you in a deeper hole. You're behind the division and you're behind record-wise, and everybody knows what 0-3 look like what it does to you going forward.
Yeah. All right, Glass, where you at with this one?
Listen, man, I hear what you said, Big Q. I know what you want. That don't actually mean that's what's going to happen. I hear what both of y'all say. You don't want to go 0-3, but you can ask that to Jacksonville, Chicago, and Cleveland. 0-3 is what they have. I can see Atlanta going up in there and winning. For a simple fact, both of y'all said they don't play defense.
Yeah.
But the Saints has no defense.
Yeah.
I mean, that one speck of defense. So I think Atlanta, it's gonna be a gunfight.
Yeah.
But I just think Atlanta gonna come out on top. Drew Brees gonna throw his 400-something yards, but his defense ain't gonna stop the run.
Yeah.
Defense, his secondary is not gonna stop them catches, especially with Julio Jones back there. So I'm gonna go here with Atlanta over the Saints, and the Saints will be 0-3.
Wow. Listen, like I said, it'll be hilarious to me. I think I'm not looking forward to seeing Atlanta and Matt Ryan throw the ball around a lot. I just don't think we're gonna see a whole lot of Julio and all that and Sanu and that. I think we're gonna be a heavy dose of the run game. Atlanta, I mean, New Orleans showing they can't do nothing to stop that. I'm just a little bit concerned about Drew Brees' ability to kind of, like you said, chuck up 475 yards on them, score very quickly. Now listen, I believe that you can get Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints to score on just about every possession. But can I say that about Atlanta though? You know what I mean? I don't know. And I ain't saying like that New Orleans got defense. I'm just saying is Matt Ryan and his offense good enough to be able to convert and get down the field like that? It's just going to be a game of attrition. And honestly, as much as I would love to see New Orleans go 0-3, it's just too much going on right now. Look, 0-3, that's rough. I mean, they can't be in that category. This is Drew Brees and the Saints. They do not want to be in this category with these people.
Hey, I want to say this, man. How is that defense not like a little bit better, or at least a threat? You practice against one of the best every day.
Yeah.
I mean, so if that's the case, imagine what their practices look like. Brees just carve them up, you practice against this guy every single day.
Well, they lost some pieces. They lost Gillette. They lost Jordan. They lost some people who were really stalwarts in their defense, and they don't have them no more. They don't have them, at least for right now. Hey, I can see if the quarterback you practicing against was an up and coming guy. Yeah.
You could some things. What we talking about? Drew Brees, man. Practicing against this guy now.
Right, but listen, you asked what the practices look like. I'll tell you what the practices look like.
Imagine what they look like.
The practices look like this. Drew Brees and the offense come out there and make a mockery out of the defense every day. That's what happens, right? That's why Rob Ryan ain't there no more. You notice that he's gone now? Because Drew Brees and the offense make that defense look stupid every day.
I remember when Roethlisberger first came practicing against the Steelers defense. Joe, when he first came practicing against the Ravens defense. Andy Dalton against Cincinnati's defense. I mean, look at well, we thought Osweiler was going to be all right, but I mean, he practiced against the number one defense.
Yeah.
I mean, really, man, come on.
You would think it would have made him better. You would think so. I don't know. So Glass, you're the odd man out. You think that New Orleans is going to drop the ball and continue to stay winless?
Yep.
Wow. So so who comes off the winless streak? Who going to be the one that make the jump and actually get a win first? It ain't going to be Chicago. I think they're probably gonna be the last ones. I think.
I'm looking at this list. So you got, like I said, you got Cleveland. They play Washington next week at home. Jacksonville play at Indy. Chicago play at Detroit. I don't know who New Orleans playing next week, but it ain't looking good. Maybe Cleveland. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out there. Maybe with my picks and say the Browns gonna beat Washington at home. But the rest of them teams. No, man.
Yeah, man, it look rough. Well,
I beg to differ and say the Browns found a new way to lose, man.
Well, I mean, look, they gave up 20 points. Then and then of course we talked about at the top of the show, man. Like they will invent things, right? They'll do it.
Yeah, I take that back. New Orleans plays San Diego next week.
Oh, they don't see? No. Yeah.
Well, they better win tonight. San Diego was they lost yesterday, but I mean
that was a tough game.
It was. And in San Diego, with even though they losing players every week, they look. Phillip Rivers is he having some career numbers this year? What I'm trying to tell you, he is putting some numbers up. All right, we're gonna roll into our favorite segment. It's gonna be called Winners, Losers, and Locks. And we're gonna go ahead and set you guys up and see who won, who lost, and was a bona fide lock for week 3. Here we go. I'm gonna start with you first, Glass. Give me a winner for week 3. You know what I mean?
Week 4.
Oh, well, I guess you can say.
I'm just gonna put it out here like this, just like it. My winner, and I hate to say this because I hate this team.
Yeah.
And New England and the evil empire gonna throw out there Julian Edelman as quarterback, and they're gonna win that game.
You know what, and you know what? When they announced that Julian Edelman was the backup quarterback, not the number 3 guy or whatever, but the backup, right? Like he was gonna actually play in that game as quarterback, if something had to happen to Brissett. I was like, oh my God. So that just shows you what
guess what? Something happened to him. He got like a torn thumb ligament or something like that.
I was just saying, like the Belichick machine, just boy, it is unstoppable. It is unstoppable, dude.
If Belichick throw Julian Edelman as quarterback, they go into Buffalo and win this game, man, let's not even coach of the year.
Hands down.
Give it to him right now. We didn't expect him to go 3-0, let alone 4-0.
Yeah, man. But you know what would be funny though? Like all these the stuff they've been going through in the first 4 weeks. Then Tom Brady come back acting like he all hard and cocky, and he lose the first game. That would be hilarious. To me. That would be hilarious to me.
Going in,
Jay, but who you got? Who you got winning this week, man?
Winning?
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to say.
Or it could be a winner from week 3, or you can roll into week 4 like Glass did. He messed it up, but yeah.
There's no week 4. I ain't really looked that far ahead.
Yeah.
But I'll go back. I'll say as long as Romo is hurting, the Cowboys will keep rolling.
Yeah. The Cowboys they look like they're gonna continue to do what they do. They're going through this little divisional stretch right here, and they hanging tough. You know what I mean? Even though they division, I mean they still ain't played Philly. Did they play Philly yet? They haven't. Oh, they lost to Philly. They lost to Philly in week 1, didn't they?
I think so.
Who's that?
Dallas. Didn't they lose to Philly in week 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So their hardest test in the division is over already. You know what I mean?
Y'all don't know the Eagles. They 3-0.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know who I got as a winner this week. You know what? I got to do this, and I know I'm gonna go ahead and take the humble approach because normally I get on here and I talk a lot of crazy stuff, but I'm gonna be straight up and humble. I gotta say, Mike Zimmer, man. It's a tough race between him and Bill Belichick in week 3 for coach of the year candidate. But I'm gonna say what Zimmer has done with this Minnesota team is just beyond amazing to me. And I think about, him and Gruden came out at the same time. And I know Gruden was the OC and Zimmer was the DC. And just looking at their two teams right now, that the contrast is amazingly different. You know what I mean? Like, Gruden over there dealing with Kirk Cousins and dealing with that nonsense, and Zimmer over here just like whooping everybody. You know what I mean? So like, I'm gonna go ahead and say Mike Zimmer and the Minnesota defense. And the heart of that team, man, they came in the Bank of America and they did what 14 other teams ain't been able to do in 2 years. So my hat off to the Minnesota Vikings and Mike Zimmer.
They got Green Bay too.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him. All right, JB, who's carrying the big L this week, man? Who doing that?
I say the Browns stay winless. They'll find a new way to lose. And I think Hugh Jackson will lose the game on a challenge. His crew and say that you could challenge this play. It's probably going to be a 4th down play for the first down. It ain't going to be no first down. And the other team's going to take a knee, turn over on downs, take a knee, game. And they'll lose that way.
That's crazy.
There's so many other ways to lose it, but they find surprising ways to take L.
Hey, Glass, who did Green Bay play this week?
Who did they play?
Yeah.
Jacksonville. No, it wasn't Jacksonville. It was I got it right.
Miami.
No, Miami was in Cleveland, wasn't it?
No, mine was
Detroit. I'm sorry, Detroit.
Yeah, so look, this is who carrying the L for me. The Detroit Lions. Like, look, I said now. Listen, I still like the Detroit Lions. I'm not getting off the case, but for them to let what happened happen in that game with the kick return and the dude goes out of bounds and lay on the ball and they get the ball to the 40-yard line. Come on, man! Like y'all can't let stuff like this happen, dude. I know nobody wasn't thinking about that. Like they probably looked at him and like, what is that? What the hell is he doing? But then they got the ball on the 40-yard line. You know what I'm saying? And then 6 plays later, they're in the end zone. I'm just saying, you got to keep your eyes open. You got to look for stuff. Know the rule book. Who was that guy? Donovan McNabb, who asked him a couple years ago about some overtime rules. He didn't know the rules of the game. Exactly. You got to know the rules, man. So listen, Detroit. Look, I'm still with y'all, but look, y'all got to know the rule book, man. y'all got to know the rule book. All right, Glass, who you got taking the L this week?
All right, man. I got the Cincinnati Bengals that's 1-2 going into Miami, and they're gonna lose that game. They're gonna fall to 1-3, and the head coach job is gonna be on. He's gonna be on the hot seat, man. As much as I like him, he's gonna be on the hot seat.
Hey, Glass, that would be amazing.
Wow,
that's what I tell you.
Wow,
that would be great. Cause 34-3, and damn Bengals already took 2 in a row, and the Browns can't win a game, and the Ravens 0-3 for whatever reason. I know they've been ugly, and I know the schedule been rather light, but hey, I'm taking that, bro.
Wow, that is. You talking about Mike Tomlin?
No, damn Marvin Lewis.
Oh, Marvin. I don't know, man. They just redone this contract like last year.
What's that mean?
I mean, I know. I was saying, they just redone this kind of.
I like me some Marvin Lewis, man, but you know how that go, man. The jungle ain't gonna be too happy, man.
Listen, though,
I think they had restructured Les Miles in LSU, but they canned him.
Right, but you know what though? That frees up your boy Cam Cameron, your boy, ain't your boy JB Cam Cameron?
Yeah,
look,
Cam Cameron down there.
It's an opening for offensive coordinator in Buffalo right now, right? So he might be able to get a job just like that. I don't know about Les, because he probably want a head coaching gig. I don't know if he come back to the NFL anyway. I don't know. But Cam though, so he might be. They might pick him up quick. I don't know.
Hey, and then the Bills fired their offensive coordinator before midseason. And then they score all them points and
right.
on an upset fashion.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Craziness, man. Crazy.
So if Glass right, Mama Lewis is ready to roll.
Yeah, man. He's ready to roll. Oh man, that is crazy. Listen, we're taking L's right now, right? No, we already did that. We're doing locks now.
We're doing L's.
Have I did mine yet? No, I haven't.
Nope.
Okay, so who I got as the big loser? Okay, look, I'm not gonna pick on Hugh Jackson and the Cleveland Browns. You know what? This is what I'm gonna mess with though, because honestly, it's quite pathetic. You hype up like we act like we was talking about Manny Pacquiao versus what's the man's name, Floyd Mayweather. Hyping up this Josh Norman versus ODB thing. Listen, I just say the loser got to go to Odell, man. You cried on TV. You got beat up by a kicker's net. It's hard to come back from that. You know what I'm saying? It's really right. Look, I saw a meme where they had a picture of the kicker's net and a microphone sticking out, and they talking about interviewing the kicker's net, talking about it. I mean, come on, you can't. It's hard to come back from that, Odell Beckham. You're gonna have to do something, bro, because you for the week 3, Odell Beckham, he got the L, man. I'm gonna give it to Odell.
Damn.
I'm gonna give it to Odell. All right, so Glass, what's the lock? How we gonna do this one?
Okay, week 4, Philadelphia Eagles will stay undefeated.
Wow. Short and sweet.
Easy. That's too easy.
Short and sweet.
They got a bye week, man.
Oh, they got a bye week. Oh, well, that's good for them. That's good. You know what? Honestly, I thought when we was doing game time on Sunday, I thought the bye weeks. I could have sworn we had a week 3 bye weeks, but I was looking. I was like, I was looking forward to having bye weeks this week, but I was like, okay, maybe it's week 4. I know we had some early ones, but yeah, this is week 4.
Philadelphia and Green Bay on the bye week, so that was my little joke right there. But I got Denver and Tampa Bay. It's going to be a shootout between Trevor Siemian and Jameis Winston. That's my lock, and I got my Denver Broncos coming out on top. We're going 4-0, bro.
I agree with you with going 4-0, but I don't know, man. I just my confidence in Tampa is going away. But like I said, it ain't not in Jameis. Just in the team in general. You know what I mean? So yeah, Denver was known as a defensive team coming into the season, but they got a quarterback now who can actually do some stuff with his arm. I don't know. And I kind of just ain't really high on Tampa Bay's defense right now. Going into the season, I thought they were pretty good. Yeah. I ain't feeling them like that right now. But yeah, I definitely see Denver taking that one, and I would be very pissed off if Denver beat Carolina by 1 point in the missed field goal and then get handled by Jameis Winston and the freaking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I would be upset about that. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. Judging on what happened last week, I ain't taking nothing off the table. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking nothing off the table. Look, I'm gonna do an easy one. I'm gonna do an easy one because you know what? I have not been. Look, this week I haven't been really easy on my Panthers. I'm quite disappointed in how they've been playing as of late. But I know my Panthers. I know they will bounce back. They'll come back stronger. They'll finally get it together. I ain't saying that we looking at the Carolina Panthers of 2015, but I guarantee Carolina will get back right. Who we got this week anyway, Glass? It's one of them West teams. It's one of them West teams, ain't it?
Yeah. Give me a minute. I'll let you know in a second.
Yeah, we get back though.
Here we go. No, Atlanta.
Oh, absolutely. Where's it played at? Where's it played at? Is it in the Georgia Dome?
I think it's in Atlanta.
Let it be in Atlanta. Let's see. Listen, that's what we need. No, that's what we need. That's what we need, JB. I'm telling you, this is what Carolina need. Look, we couldn't get it done in the wake of the injustice trials and demonstrations going on in the city. If y'all couldn't do this for us Charlotteans on that particular day, y'all better go down to Atlanta and get back from last year. You look, there's no option.
I like this game, right?
I know you do.
Ain't no option here. Carolina has to win this game.
Big Q, there will be no filter. There will be no filter. You my boy now.
I'm just saying, this one is a must win. Look, there's no other options in this one. Cam Newton and them, they got to get their mind right. They got to go down there. And I ain't talking about no, win by a field goal. No, I need them to have at least 21 on Atlanta in this particular game.
This game in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta, and again, yes.
Yes, it is.
I like
Yes.
it. I like it. I like
Yes. So that's my lock. I'm saying this is what we need. My boys get it right, because look, this is what you need right here. Fuel that energy and that hate. Think about what they did to us last year. Took our undefeated streak from us. Embarrassed us in the Georgia Dome. No.
I can't believe this game came back around so early.
I know,
it,
right? So there you go.
You're finally get them guys their credit, man. You're gonna get them credit. You gotta be watching real close. Well, they're gonna be on a short week, but they still
okay. Yeah. So look, I will come back and I will be one sad puppy. You know what I'm saying? If they lose to Atlanta in Atlanta again. But I feel good about this one, JB. All right, what's your lock for the week, dog?
All right, well, Ravens got 2 home games in a row. Next week is against Oakland and Washington Redskins. These are 2 very important games to me because of a Raider fan that I know and one Washington fan that I know. I think we're gonna win both of them, but I definitely won't be wearing no Oakland Raiders shirt for all day at work.
That's the bet.
That's the bet. Yeah, and I gotta put the Oakland Raiders cup and a few other things on my desk. That's not gonna happen.
Wow.
That's not guaranteed. I hope.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting right there. Hey, look,
that team they've been doing a lot of great things, but I mean, come on, man.
Well, listen, I don't have the same confidence as I had a few weeks ago about them. Honestly, this game would have intrigued me a little bit more if we saw the Raiders that we thought we knew coming into the season, but I got a feeling that, I didn't expect Baltimore really to be at this level, right, this fast. I didn't. I thought they would get back to where they're supposed to be, but I didn't think they would have it like this early in the season. So I don't know. I don't think the game is going to have that much punch, to be honest with you. I really don't,
Hey, it's the Oakland Raiders. You never know, man.
I don't know. Anwar Muhammad is in the building. Better late than never. I think he was watching the presidential debate.
17-point week team and then a 40-point week team the next. So you never know, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hopefully we don't get the 40-point guys. Man.
Right. We got playing it
in Baltimore. We got 2 in a row at home.
Okay, so you got a little bit of a edge there. He won't have to do it. I think we will win. Yeah, I don't think it's that hard either. Like I said, I don't think the game gonna have. I don't think it's gonna be like that.
Wait. Y'all saying it? Y'all don't think it's that hard?
Well, I'm just saying this is what Anwar said. He's a Ravens fan.
I got that, but don't be saying it's that. Yeah, don't shortchange Oakland Raiders now.
No, they took it. They trapped us off in that baseball field last year.
Right.
Actually, that was the second loss. Oakland, and then I think the Jaguars buried us.
Yeah. So, but y'all were limping last year, so it's a different story right now. I don't think nobody really want to be looking at the Ravens right now. I'm just saying this is not the Ravens team that you was laughing at last year. All right.
No, we don't look that great, but we got some upgrades.
Yeah, we looking pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So listen, let's go ahead and put a bow on this one, JB. Go ahead and put yourself over for the fans. Let them know what's happening with you.
Okay, well, not really a whole lot. Just everybody out there in my area and a few miles north, just do the right thing. Okay, you can always find me here all the time. I know I didn't tweet yesterday because I was busy doing other stuff, but always on Twitter at Ravens Shogun.
Yeah, there you go. And they say they got the best offense in the league, though. Talking about Baltimore. Yeah, okay. I'm saying
got the best what?
He said they got the best offense in the league, though. Or is he talking about Oakland? I don't know who he's talking about. He might be talking about Oakland.
Okay.
He might be talking about Oakland. I don't know.
We will, though. That's going to happen. We just got to put it all together.
Yeah, I would have said Philly. I got to look that up, though. But, yeah, I know at one point in time, Oakland was up there, though. Yeah, so they were. You know what I mean? Anyway, Glass, man, listen, y'all trying to act like, my Panthers going to get embarrassed in Atlanta. And they going down. Like,
we can't reconvene here.
Listen. We
can't come back here and you lost, man.
I guarantee you I'll be in a much better place when we come back here next week, okay? I guarantee you that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Can we do this on camera?
No, we're not going to do this. You ain't going to bait me into that this year, dog. Nah. Glasgow.
I just want you to give them their props, man.
I ain't giving them, listen, watch what happened to him tonight first, right? And then compare what you see tonight and how Drew Brees going to carve them up like a Thanksgiving turkey, and then think they're gonna do that to Carolina.
Best hope they don't win.
They're not gonna win. I don't hope they don't.
If they lose, it's a short week, and they know they gotta have this. There's 2 divisional games in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's good. Look, I feel good about it. All right, guys, JB trying to bait me, man. Go ahead and put yourself over real quick, dog.
Okay. Eternal rest to Jose Fernandez,
Yes.
Arnold Palmer, and Radio Raheem. Great show here, fellas. Thanks for all the Twitter hustlers out there, everybody on Facebook Live for joining in. We appreciate y'all, because if it wasn't for y'all, it would be none of us. If you don't see me here on TeamBoydTV Live, 3 and Out on Wednesday mornings with my boy Big Q, you can find me at Get With It Sports Media. Download the Spreaker app. You get all our shows right there at Get With It Sports Media. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter at Get With It Sports. And if you got any questions, comments, just want to shoot the ish, you know how to follow me on email. GetWithItSports2, that's number 2 at gmail.com.
There you go. Put a bow on it. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, man, you guys have always been, y'all been great like always, and we definitely appreciate the support y'all guys show. We definitely like that. Again, just like Glass had said, the next time you will see us will be on Wednesday morning, me, Glass, 3 and Out, Facebook exclusive, and we put it up on Facebook after the fact. But yeah, you know, you guys seem to like that show. Me and Glass will debate it. We'll talk about some stuff, and we'll go at it. You know, normally we face off and we have a difference of opinion on a lot of things that we talk about in the NFL, but we will be doing that, breaking that down on Wednesday morning. And of course, you guys have been showing, Vernie B, welcome her back with open arms. It's a beautiful thing. I definitely appreciate the love. Y'all get up early in the morning. A lot of West Coast people who watch us on Sunday morning. I appreciate y'all getting up that early in the morning just to watch us on Facebook Live, man. It's a beautiful thing. I definitely appreciate that. And of course, you know, I had fun with everybody on Twitter yesterday, even though my team took a big old L. But everybody who follow me on Twitter, man, I appreciate it. And the ones who don't, you can follow me on Twitter at TeamBoydTV. And of course, we'll be back here next Monday to break down the week 4 action. And I have some, and look, I'm gonna be on some other stuff because we need this win here. I'm gonna be on some other stuff. So y'all, you know,
you just make sure you come back next Monday.
Listen, y'all sitting up here 3-0, thinking it's sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, get out of here. I ain't even gonna lie. Look, I had my chance to do that last year, so it was all good. You know,
I'm gonna go over some cues because I might have to be the host.
I agree. I'm gonna go. We got you.
I'm gonna be practicing how to be admin the rest of the week, man. Because he gonna be MIA.
Listen, man. Listen, I just know that I'm not gonna be happy if we take another L, especially down there. You know, I wouldn't be able to handle it. You know, I wouldn't be. Look, I'm already a little bit pissed off with my Panthers right now. So hopefully I get back in my good graces. You know what I mean?
Hey,
hopefully I'll be back in my.
Just admit that you're worried about that game.
I'm not worried about that game. I was worried about yesterday's game. You know, I'm not worried about this one though. You know, I'm telling you, you guys enjoy the game tonight, man. And I know for a lot of people who represent the NFC South Panther fan, you know, Mr. T Money, all you guys who watch the Panthers and everything, watch the game tonight. And look, be cool to the Saints, man. Like, don't get into that crazy stuff on there. Enjoy the game. We'll see y'all guys on Twitter. We out of here. Y'all take it easy. Peace. All right, let's see.